lubricants are the best money can buy and will extend the life of your vehicle or equipment. Schaefer products will help improve your bottom line with more miles between oil changes and greases, which will make your equipment last longer. Be sure to check out Schaefer Dave down at the Schaefer tent, right down here by Diesel Power Plus at the starting line. Schaefer Oil is official lubricant of the Outlaws.
All right, here comes Garrett Geiger. This is his option pass. He was the first puller, turned his hook down. So he goes back in the number 6 position. So he went 288.63 on his first hook. Good decision to turn it down. You never know if it's a good decision or not, but he turned it down. Obviously thought there was something he could do different to get a little farther down the track. Right now, he's going to have to go a lot farther down the track than he did the first time. 351.81 the mark to beat Andrew Beckman, and Pure Pressure in the lead at this point.
Yeah, that's a tall order, and if we were later in the evening, I would say that gamble would really pay off. But if we've still got kind of this hard daytime track, it's only going to make this challenge tougher, in my opinion.
Beckman found it out there somehow. Let's see if Geiger can. Garrett Geiger, captain hook 2. There we go. Nice hook for Garrett Geiger. He's doing a little back and forth, sashaying back and forth out there. Left, right, left, right.
Fans are really starting to become a fan of that right-hand chalk line. They're kind of sliding off to that and taking advantage of it on the runoff area. Ron, what was his distance?
328.31 for Garrett Geiger. 328.3.
All right, it's both of our test pullers. Both of them turned it down. Both of them are coming back right now. This is like father, like son, David Peterson from Arlington, Nebraska. All right, a nice straight A to B pass. Going to put himself right in the shuffle of things. 296.86, a little bit further than his test took.
Looking at 3 more tractors on the light modified side. Blake Ott, current points leader in the class, coming up next. The frequent flyer. Norfolk, Nebraska. Tyler Meyer on deck with Retired Warfare. Blake Dodd out of Norfolk, Nebraska. 3-time points champion. Actually, 4 times points champ. but he's won the championship 3 times in a row. The last 3 years, he's leading the pack in points right now. Here comes the Warhawk. Blake Ott trying to go uphill to get past that twin turbine of Andrew Beckman. $350.52, getting closer. Leaders sitting out front at 351.81, but nipping at his heels for sure. Blake Ott will move into the number 2 spot.
Yeah, so looking for back-to-back wins. Hard to do in that class where we've seen 5 different winners so far this year.
I love this light modified class, and I think it's a pretty popular class around the country. Honestly, a lot of people comment on the variety in this class. They love this light modified class with the Outlawed.
All right, 3 to go over here on the orange sled. Out of St. Edward, Nebraska, Mark Reardon calls this one the Rum Runner. John Deere fans, you remain safe for one more pass at least. 291.38. 291.38, the official distance for the Rum Runner.
Organics Midwest, replenish soil health, and the yield will follow. Organics Midwest will help you get there with Bio 800 Plus. Healthy soil is the foundation of productive, sustainable agriculture. Managing for soil health allows producers to work with the land, not against it, in reducing erosion, maximizing water infiltration, improving nutrient cycling, saving money on inputs, and ultimately improving the resiliency of their working land. Learn more at organicsmidwest.com. Another T-53 helicopter turbine. This is Tyler Meyer once again on tractor number 2 out of Hooper, Nebraska. This is called Retired Warfare. Got to beat 351.81 to get past Andrew Beckman. Greg Rastini, you're on deck. Tyler Meyer going to come up short. $304.14. That's popping. You got a tractor coming up here, Mike. We'll talk.
All right, 2 to go over here. Jason Ranke out of Columbus, Nebraska. Easterns Express. Boy, every time I think one of these red ones is going to take it away from the Deer, The RPMs just give away. All right, Jason Ranke on the Eekners Express, 298.47. Getting a little fun with his wordplay there, Ron. The name of that tractor, that's just his last name spelled backwards.
What would my name be spelled backwards? Let's see. Enox. It'd be the Enox Express.
You know what? That's got a decent ring to it.
How about idle? How do you say that backwards?
Oh, we're not even going to try.
Letty.
We're having fun at the old pool tonight.
One modified tractor to go over here. Now, interesting story on this. I believe this is the same tractor. I talked about the 3 consecutive point championships of Blake Ott. 2 of those championships, the most recent last year and 2022, were on his Allison-powered tractor. In 2021, he had a twin turbine tractor called Foreign Affairs. He won the points with Outlaws with the Foreign Affairs tractor. After the season, sold it. It went way up in the Northwest, Washington State. I was told that the owner of the tractor up there flew both the turbines up, and more recently got sold back to a gentleman in Nebraska, now has a single turbine on it. So the Foreign Affairs machine is back in Nebraska. Greg Rastidi, he's out of Allen. He calls it rolling the dice.
You know, to add a little more on this, Ron, these guys actually showed up in Concord, Nebraska. They live about 3 miles from the pulling track. I went and took pictures of it, asked them if they were going to run tonight, and they said, will you look down there and tell us what's missing? There's no drive line in it yet. They brought it over just to borrow our scales and see how close they were to getting the thing weighed in just how they wanted. So pretty important. I believe they've got it installed tonight.
Another one of those T-53 helicopter turbines out there. Remember, the twin turbine is in the lead right now. Andrew Beckman looking to go 2 in a row this weekend with a win last night in Pierce.
All right, Joseph Meyer calls it Midnight Rider. International Fans is going to be close. What do you say? All right, Joseph Meyer from Hull, Iowa in the Midnight Rider, 299.85.
All right, I think this is the first pass for these guys down the track here with the roll of the dice machine. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Greg Rastidi. Could be Greg Rastide. I'm not sure. Comes out of Allen, Nebraska. Not too far from here. Here we go. Runway is clear for takeoff. A lot of crazy stuff going on there. Not sure what's happening with that turbine. All that popping and carrying on. I thought he let out on the throttle and it still was popping and carrying on. 253.86. 253.86 feet.
Folks, that's going to conclude the 3,200 RPM Superfield class. Top 5 sound like this. Evan Mine and Letter Buck coming in the number 5 spot. Number 4, Like Father, Like Son. Number 3, the Eekners Express. Number 2, Just Hooks in front of you, Midnight Rider. And number 1 picks up his second win in 2 days. The Deer Cruiser, driven by Casey Osmus.
Yeah, we got a repeat winner on the grandstand side too, Mike. First place going to go to Andrew Beckman, Pure Pressure, with a win last night in Pierce, Nebraska, at the Pierce County Fair. Winner tonight at the Wayne County Fair in Wayne. Blake Ott, frequent flyer in second. Wes Sievers running rowdy in the number 3 spot. In fourth is Garrett Geiger with Captain Hook 2. Rounding out the top 5, Gage Ott and the Warhawk. Light limited modifieds in the books here at the Wayne County Fair.
Is a seed bag. This bag is made of craft paper with a cellophane liner and provides nothing for seed growth. This is a seed bed. It was prepared with Case IH soil management tools. It optimizes everything from nutrient access to water infiltration to create the perfect environment for early uniform emergence. Get to know why your seed bed drives productivity at caseih.com/soil management.
All right, going to kick off the light Superstock Ag Division over there on the grandstand side. 9 tractors in the class. The duel of the fuels, if you will. There are alcohol burners, there are diesel burners, and there's a difference in weight between the two. The diesel burners will weigh in at 6,300 pounds, the alky burners at 6,000 pounds. Tom Scheffler, just for fun, going to lead us off. Comes out of Hancock, Iowa. Corey Schluter is on deck with the barn burner. Scheffler currently 4th in points overall with Just for Fun. Nope, wrong Scheffler. This is Tom Scheffler. We got too much fun and Just for Fun. This is Just for Fun.
Having fun either way.
Need a pull off. On the grandstand side, need a pull off tractor. Tom Scheffler, Just for Fun, inches out to 203.18 to lead us off.
All right, folks. We're going from 3,200 RPM Superfield to 7,400 pound modified. Probably the biggest jump we can make in pulling right here, Ron. Folks, it's about to get loud, as Dave Bennett would call it. The Noise Boys are coming to the line right now.
Yeah, these tractors in this class pushing just over 6,000 horsepower in total. And Wayne Longnecker, this guy's a legend in the sport, comes out of Cambridge, Iowa. Twin Hemis on this tractor, calls it the River Rat.
Fresh off a win last night in Sac City, Iowa. Ron, we actually had a full pull distance in Sac City, Iowa last night. We had Wayne Longnecker and Cameron Neves both make the best of that full pull distance. However, with as high-tech as these engines are, these vehicles are, the two gentlemen decided they did not want to compete in the pull-off. Had a gentleman's agreement. They split first-place points on it last night.
Yeah, he's currently number 2 in points, Mike. Currently number 2. And number 3 in the Organics Midwest Sweeps. They're competing in the sweeps tonight in both classes going on right now.
Opted for the Twin Hemis. It was V12 for a long, long time, be it Allison or Rolls-Royce. Now he's got the Twin Hemis out here. Wayne Longnecker out of Cambridge, Iowa. He's your tester. He calls this yellow machine the River Rat. What do you say about that, Wayne, Nebraska? That's modified pulling. Unofficial 290.89. We'll wait and see if he's going to take that or not. All right, folks, he likes what he saw. He's going to keep it 290.89, the high water mark to beat in the 7,400-pound modified class. Coming in 7,400 pounds, 30.5-inch tires across on the back, about 6,200 horsepower, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. You push yourself to be the best every season. The Cow brand seed corn knows that feeling, too. That's why they're a proud sponsor of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. The Cow brand never settles. The Cow, the official seed corn of the Outlaws. Check them out at thecow.com. Corey Schluter, the barn burner. A week ago tonight, grenaded the transmission in Lee, Nebraska. They got it back together. And coming off a win last night, was in Sac City where he won last night. A good run at diesel-powered John Deere here out of Carrollton, Missouri.
He's been on an absolute tear this season and overcome some adversity to get there, as you just said.
Yeah, currently number 1 in the points, number 4 in Organics Midwest points. Right now, here comes the barn burner.
Oh, yeah!
Let him hear you, Corey Schluter. He said, I'm taking this thing and putting it in the truck. We're going to take it home to Carrollton with us.
He was climbing the hill.
371.37, 371.37 feet. Beautiful pass for Corey Schluter.
Okay, Ron, we've got a neat scenario developing in the mod class. You're 1 and 2 in points. Finished 1 and 2 last night after both of them laid claim to a full pull. They're going to turn right around. They didn't have their pull-off last night. They opted to split the position. Well, fans, I guess we're going to start with that pull-off right now. Coming to the line, number 1 in points. Cameron Neves out of McAdoo, Texas.
Yeah, he's numero uno. He's number one in points right now. This tractor is really, this team as a whole, really hitting their stride right now, Mike. The two-wheelers running great is in the top 5 in points. The modified tractor, like you said, tied for first last night, coming off of 2 wins last week. Leading the points currently in the Organics Midwest Sweep points. He's number 1 as well. So Cotton Candy team unable to do anything wrong at this point. They're just hitting their stride right here in the middle of the season.
Right. This is the vehicle that competed at the National Farm Machinery Show, competed at the Mack Trailer Winter Nationals, competed at the Fuller's Championship. He's having a whale of a season. Brand new Pro Fuller tires on the back of this. Makes all the difference in the world.
Kid Baby heads, Kid Baby Hemi, putting out 3,200 horsepower. Bills. Here comes Cotton Candy.
Well, it's not official, but I can see that he passed that Schaefer Oil leader flag down there.
Yeah, he didn't just get the front of the sled past the Schaefer Oil leader flag, Mike. He took the whole sled past it just to make sure he was going to be in the lead.
Had to go 290 and change. All he did wrong was go 327.24. Takes the lead by almost 40 feet.
Yeah, good pass. That tractor is running excellent as of late. He's really hitting the stride. Here you go, the Hawkeye Hooker. Speaking of good tractors here, this tractor's number 2 in the point standing. Comes out of Schleswig, Iowa, Jeremy Paulson. These guys at this light Superstock Ag class competing for the Organics Midwest Summer Sweep points here at Wayne tonight. 6 classes competing in the Organics Midwest Summer Sweep. The Hawkeye Hooker right now, he's number 2 in National Outlaw points. He's number 1 in Organics Midwest Summer Sweep points right now. Got to beat 371.37. Man, that's a long ways out there. Hammer down. Jeremy Paulson takes the shot. I don't think he's going to get past Schluter, though. Schluter was headed up the hill there. He was headed back to the trailer. 329.35. This is the number 2 spot for Jeremy Paulson and the Hawkeye Hooker.
All right, folks, next one in the mod class doesn't hook with us often, but when he does, he's a bullet that everybody needs to dodge and they need to be aware of. Another one of these running twin Hemis out front. The caveat of the rules in this class, you can run 2 1471 supercharged Chrysler Hemis. You can run 3 871 supercharged wedge style motors, or you can run a combination of industrial motors such as turbines back here. Tonight we're going to see all automotive. Excuse me, we got one turbine waiting in the wings back there. There is one twin turbine waiting in the wings back there. This is Kent Urban out of Osceola, Nebraska. Calls this one the stud mule. Check it out, folks. He's got these kind of slant mounted a little bit.
Mike, these are very unique power plants, originally built on a limited basis for offshore boat racing. Or a 10-liter Aries built by Nick Aries back in the day, back in the 90s. Not a whole lot of these around, these 10-liter Aries. very unique power plant out there in the world of motorsports. Ken Urbach just happens to have two of them.
Well, Aries is one of those things you immediately recognize in motorsports. He's got a tall order, regardless of what power plant he's running. Got to go 327 and change. This is the stud fuel. That was a beautiful, that is a picture-perfect A to B pass, Ron Stone. Picked up the front end, never touched the brake. It just was clear as could be. 3:21.07, going to put him in second place. He's going to be happy with that hook every day of the week.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Ken Urbach. Those motors are super unique. I want to peek inside those motors and talk to him a little. I talked to him in Ravenna back earlier in the season, the first hook of the season. He told me about him a little bit, and I was all ears. He was telling me all the unique things about them and how unique they were and how they were built on a limited basis. They were actually thought they were going to use a lot more of them. The boat racers were, and then a lot of the orders got canceled. Not sure what happened. So there's only a small number of those motors out there. Ken Urbach has two of them. Like Superstock Ag next puller, Tyler Spatansky. Tractor called the Born Loser Light. Born Loser Light. Got one win already this season at David City, Nebraska. A couple weeks back. Currently number 4 in the Organics Midwest Summer Sweep points. In national points, he's currently number 6. Comes out of Cairo, Nebraska. Nice hook, Connor Spatansky. We're seeing a lot of nice straight passes here tonight.
Yeah, we are.
3:11.66. That'll put him in the number 3 spot.
Five to go, the 7400 modifieds.
Coltrane Energy, the official energy drink of the Outlaws, now with 4 flavors to choose from. Original, watermelon, peach, and sugar-free. Coltrane Energy. For those who work hard every day to keep America running, to those who keep America safe, to those who keep America free. Jump on board. Try a Coltrane today. ColtraneEnergy.com. I hear 3 ships firing up.
I have a challenge for you, Ron. I challenge you, I dare you to name a harder running set of 3 Chevys. Is there another?
Hang on. Let me think.
In the entire country.
Let me think. No. No.
Hardest running triple Chevy setup. This one will take the Coke and Pepsi challenge any day of the week, and love to fight the fight against those twin Hemis as well.
Yeah, former point champion in the modified class. These guys have a whole mess of championships, Mike.
Point champion 2015, 16, 17, 18, and 2022. Second place, 21 and 22. Second place is 23. The long story short here is, guys, the Ulmer Mafia. They own the North, and they know how to get it done. This is Craig Ulmer. Craig Ulmer actually lives in Larchwood, Iowa, atop the iconic machine he calls Sweet Pain. Fresh new graphics about 2 years ago. Came out with a new wrap on this in 2022. They've got that old school stair step style inline motors. He's chasing one of those twin Hemis down there. Gotta be. 327.24. Wayne, Nebraska, what do you think? Is he going to get it done? Calls this one. Sweet thing.
Got over here a little farther on the right side than I think anybody else in the class did. As soon as the front end came up, it tried to go right. I think he hit the left brake initially just to steer it straight right from the get-go.
Left brake early in the run.
Watch this modified class. The starting line is pretty sticky, but as soon as they hit the throttle, the front end comes straight up. So a lot of buying at the start line, and they're having to steer him off the line, Mike. And he got off over on the right side. I don't think that's where he wanted to be. If you can just look down from our perspective, you can see where the moisture's at. Before they've been beating up on the track and turning it and digging it right in the middle. Under construction, Ryan Boyson out of West Point, Nebraska. Over here on the mod side, Craig Ulmer with 288.12. 318.19 for Ryan Boyson under construction. Boyson's tractor currently number 3 in the point standings. Mike, got a winner down there. Talk to us.
Drawn on down here with your winner of the 3,200 RPM Superfield class, Casey Asmus. Congratulations. That's 2 wins in 2 nights. How are you feeling right now?
Great, thank you.
What's the key to winning at a big fair and a big show like tonight? Well, you must have a lot of it then. What do you think of the track?
It was great. They did a good job with that.
Anybody you need to thank this evening?
My parents, Wayne Leaderboard, all the fans, Joe and Cowboy.
Wayne, your 2024 3,200 Superfield winner, Casey Asmus. Well done.
Brand new modified tractor coming out here. First time out. They just finished it last night.
Yeah, I was walking the pits today, Ron, and I said to myself, well, this one I haven't seen before. We try to get pretty familiar with these. Good-looking twin Chrysler Heavys on the front of this. Calls it Sleigh Ride.
Now, he pulled a Pro Stock pickup for several years called the Nantucket Sleigh Ride, hard charging Chevrolet pickup. Ran a single engine blown body in the light mod class for a couple of years. Sold the light mod. He's going all in on the 7,400 pound class. Says the pickup is going to be for sale soon. He's going to concentrate on the 7,400 pound modified class. First time down the track with him here tonight.
Out of Springfield, Nebraska, Eric Folk in the Sleigh Ride. Okay, the big question is, guys, was he out of the throttle before 100 feet? He can coast past 100, but did he get out of that throttle before 100? Is he going to be able to exercise his options?
Trying to figure out what he's saying here. Here on the radio. Just saying he did let out before 100 foot. He's going to drop, having an issue, a mechanical issue, something that he recognized right away. There's why he got out of the throttle. Lyle Rock, the Demon Be Gone, John Deere out of Nemaha, Iowa. Going to get ready to rock and roll over there on the Mike Superstock Ag side. Mike, I couldn't help but notice that after the 3-engine Chevy, the Sweet Pain team went down the track, I had to wipe some of the dirt off of my paperwork up here.
It completely rattled our announcer's booth.
Threw dirt clear up here on our paperwork. Lyle Rock, that tractor, I'm telling you, it is possessed. Called Demon Be Gone. And it gives him a lot of fits, and it looks like it might be giving him some fits.
The Demon was still there last night. He's going to have to name the Demon.
I've told him it needs to be exercised. He needs to get that Demon exercised.
The Demon was still there in Sac City.
Okay, they're backing him up. Not sure if he's going to be able to hook at all. I think they said he's dropping. All right, we need a pull-off. Need a pull-off vehicle on the grandstand side. Pull-off vehicle on the grandstand side. Mike, I hear there's some folks doing a live look-in on Facebook right now. Of course, the folks here in the crowd, if you didn't know, we're live to the whole planet tonight at Outlaw Pulling TV, the official live streaming channel of the Outlaws. If you know somebody that couldn't make it tonight for whatever reason, they could be serving overseas in the military. If they have a cell phone, if they have internet access, they can watch this full live with us here tonight from wherever they are on planet Earth. They can watch us live on Outlaw Pulling TV.
You know, the other cool thing that we can do tonight as well, Ron, when it comes to technology and reaching out to people, we can put a little money where our mouth is while we're pulling here. Full Pull Picks is going to be joining us tonight for a select handful of classes.
That's right, Full Pull Picks. Go online now, fullpullpicks.com, or download the app. They're doing head-to-head competitions tonight. They give you 2 pairings. You just have to pick the winner of the pairing, and you win money for a bet as small as $5
and as much as $1,500.
That's your bet, buddy.
We take turns with this. It's my night for the $5. It's your night for the $1,500.
No. You poured that on me the other night. No, I think it's your turn to do the $1,500. That's right. You go max bet tonight. Give Lyle Rock a round of applause. I think he's coming back. He's trying to figure some things out.
All right, folks, I've seen a lot of automotive motors out here. Right out of a Chinook helicopter, the big carriers that transport for the military and commercial grade, twin T-55 Lycoming Irving.
Mike, have you ever seen the Chinook helicopters flying over?
I can't say that I have.
Well, I'll tell you this. Earlier when your RV broke down on the highway down the road, they could have brought a Chinook in and picked you up and dropped you right here in the lane.
That would have saved me a lot of effort. Hey, this is Cody Behrens out of First, Nebraska. Calls it the Terminator. Picks up a win at our first pull of the year in Ravenna, Nebraska. When this one hooks to the dirt, it absolutely flies. I don't know. I can't see it from here. You're going to have to make the call. Ron, it's looking like you kept it in bounds. 321.19. That's going to move him into the number 3 spot.
Jim Scheffler, too much fun. This is what I thought was pulling earlier when Just for Fun was pulling. And it was Tom Scheffler, not Jim Scheffler. Now we have Jim Scheffler and Too Much Fun.
All right, Jim Scheffler going to come up at 259.75. Those guys are consistent. They burn it in every chance they get. They'll be there in the points at the end of the year. Mr. Ron Stone, you got a special guest downstairs for us?
Yes, his wife just showed up. He said, we got to wait for my wife, and she is here. Smart man, I'll tell you that. He's got the whole family with him down here, Mike. 2 in a row. Andrew Beckman, what's the secret, buddy?
I guess I don't know. I've been trying for a while, and everything kind of came together this year. It's been running well.
It takes a good run to get past those hot boys.
It takes a good run, a real good run. Fight hard, and I guess I just got it the last 2.
Anybody you want to thank?
I got to thank the odds, Dalton Henry, and really the whole life odds class. Probably better thank my wife and my whole family who let me do it.
Awesome. Oh, you're a smart man. You're a smart man, Andrew Beckman from Hospice, Nebraska. You get a new trophy there for your trophy case to go along with the one you got last night, buddy. Congratulations on an awesome weekend.
All right, another one of these mod pullers who needs no introduction whatsoever. Your defending points champ, your 2023 points champion, currently number 3 in points, all the way from the great state of Texas. Donald Nelson out of Cat Spring, Texas, aboard the twin Hemi he calls the Twisted Whip. He's going to be chasing down fellow Texan Cameron Neese, 327 and change. It's the mega distance to beat. The Twisted Whip. Well, gosh, oh, hecky darn, that's what he's saying right now. Had some issues last night as well. Last night threw a blower belt. Last night threw a blower belt. Think he might have done the same thing tonight.
Well, we're not sure what happened here, but Donald Nelson, something happened. I think he got past the 100-foot mark, too, Mike. Tough break for him. That's the defending points champion there in the modified class.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, I think he was well past that 100-foot mark. Tough luck round of applause for the legend himself, Donald Nelson. Let him hear you, Wayne, Nebraska. Let him know you're thinking about him. .135.76 is going to be the clock-in distance for Don Nelson. He's got his helmet off. Let him hear you guys.
All right, we got an Alky burning New Holland machine out of Minnow, South Dakota. This tractor's almost legendary these days. The driver absolutely is. Mark Ulmer out of Minnow, South Dakota. Calls his tractor Eleanor. Oh, he was looking for Corey Schluter up there. He's like, where are you? Where's that John Deere at up there on the hill?
You know, Ron, there were about 10 New Holland fans in the stands before that. Now there's about 2,000 New Holland fans out there.
.359.14 for Mark Ulmer and Eleanor puts him in the number 2 spot. Corey Schluter hangs on to the number 1 spot here. Chuck Schluter coming up next with the Barn Buddy. That's Corey's dad. The Barn Buddy having a good season as well. Still waiting to see what's going on with Lyle Rock and Damon Be Gone. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it back or not. I'm hearing that Donald Nelson are going to check it over. Because it did happen. They coasted past the 100-foot mark. And if they can get it figured out, they will come back.
Yeah, I think that there is a developing story that maybe he was out of the throttle before the 100-foot mark. We've got a couple of drops in this class, so we're untangling the web of modifieds at the moment. But we'll be thundering down the track again soon. To help us sort out this quagmire, looks like we got Eric Falk on sleigh ride making his second attempt here. All right, for all the marbles. Not bad for his first time at the pulling track. He did a good job exercising his first option. He'll take that hook every time.
It was 278.01, Mike. But that was a successful test pass for that tractor. It was geared a little high. They may have done that on purpose. They don't want to sink those brand new motors and tear it up right away. Let it get the feel for it. Let it get used to it. They can start gearing down, get a little closer to that target RPM and speed he's looking for later on down the road. And also, I noticed his fuel exhaust smells like grapes. Did you notice that? He's got flavored.
He's got the scent.
VP methanol. Ag Leader, connect your entire farming operation with Ag Leader. Ag Leader products and solutions help integrate your entire farm year-round. Ag Leader products seamlessly connect your equipment and tasks so that your operation runs more efficiently than ever before. Go to agleader.com to find a precision expert nearest you.
Corey and Chuck Schluter, off the top of my memory, have finished 1 and 2 twice already this season. Is there a chance they could go for a third time doing this? Chuck Schluter.
Come on, guys. There comes that Carrollton, Missouri. Calls it the Barn Buddy. Chuck Schluter with a nice hook. Doing some walking there, walking and talking, wheel-to-wheel action. Going to come up short of his son's mark. And it goes 331.42. That's going to put him in the number 3 spot. Not bad. Father and son right there together in the top 3. Give you the rundown of the class here in just a moment. Watch that replay. Look at that tractor walking back and forth. That's got to be an eerie feeling, but those light super guys are used to it. They don't even pull back on the throttle.
Some of them I've heard even kind of set it up to do that purposely.
wild. Mark Homer, he's one of the ones that I see do that consistently. That thing gets to walking like that. Ryan Boyson comes to the starting line. Ryan Boyson, you're needed at the starting line.
At Frosted Frog, our mission is to offer.
Top 5 in light Superstock Ag. Top 5, Corey Schluter going to win it with the barn burner. Second goes to Mark Ulmer and Eleanor Alky Burner. Chuck Schluter, the barn buddy, in third. Jeremy Paulson, Hawkeye Hooker, fourth. Ryan Boyson and under construction rounding out the top 5.
Checked in with 1 to go in the modifieds. Cotton Candy currently sitting number 1. Turbinator number 2. Stud Mule going to be coming in number 3.
At Frosted Frog, our mission is to offer quality, durable, reasonably priced coolers suitable for any occasion. They come in a variety of sizes that are perfect for everything, from vacations, social gatherings, and fun summer events to the toughest conditions of a hard day's work. So stay frosty by visiting our website, www.frostedfrog.com, and choose from the great variety of colors and sizes we carry today. Are you sick and tired of fighting over who has to drive to the store and order the belts you need? Then check out offroadbelts.com. With hundreds of thousands of belts available, and who wants at it every day? We always have the belts you need. Pricing this good, you can even afford it.
All right, back to pulling here. Donald Nelson, a twister whip, going to take his second shot here. Hoping they got things figured out. I think they're confidently. Yep, they're confident they're going to be able to get it to go here, but.
All right, folks, he did exercise that 100-foot option. The call was made. He was out of the throttle before 100 feet and just coasted to that unofficial distance.
All right, they're going to try to fix some issues out on the track here. We got the roller stuck behind the sled back there. The track's not fully rolled in. So let's hit some commercials here. Frosted Frog, the official cooler of the Outlaws, folks. Frosted Frog coolers and tumblers. Whether you're hiking in the mountains, just need a cup to bring your coffee to work every day, Frosted Frog has you covered. From everyday use to special occasions, you can count on Frosted Frog to keep you chill. FrostedFrog.com, the official cooler of the Outlaws.
Titan Goodyear Tires, official sponsors of the Young Guns program, a program where we bring every puller in the Outlaws between the ages of 16 and 25 to give back to the pulls and give back to their communities. They are the official sponsor of the Young Guns and the official tire of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. Check out Titan Tire for LSW low sidewall technology. Titan has the largest supply of ag tires anywhere. Call Titan for all your tire needs.
Stepus Auctions, your local auction experts since 1960. If you're planning to sell land, real estate, excess equipment, or other assets, book your 2024 auction with your local auction experts, Stepus Group. Find out how at stepusgroup.com.
All right, it sounds like we're bringing everything back to life here. He's got a fellow Texan that he needs to surpass out there. 327.24. The high water mark of the class held by points a leader, Cameron Neves in the cotton candy. They say Texas is the state you don't mess with. We're going to see if it's going to be totally Texas right here. Donald Nelson, the twisted whip. Ron, our announcer's booth is raining again. 289.67, the official distance. Don Nelson going to come up just a little short.
Yeah, I said he got a blower belt on that one. We thought he might have taken a blower belt out on his first pass where he come up just past the 100-foot mark, but that was not true. The blower belt was intact, but he did break it on that pass. It was a little too much to ask for the blower belt going 2 times in a row there.
Folks, we had one other that was going to pull with us. Vern Huser, the tractor he calls say goodbye. They're telling us he's not going to be able to make the call tonight. So Don Nelson was your final hook of the class. I'll get the top 5 distances to you very shortly.
Let's do some 4-wheel drive pulling. Modified 4-wheel drive is going to go over here on the spectator side.
We've been accused of being truck fans.
Door slammers. Yeah. Door slammers. I think they use that term affectionately, though, Mike. I don't think they mean that in a derogatory manner. There's nothing wrong with being a door slammer.
We just love watching the trucks at that tractor pull is all.
Dean Christensen is going to lead us off in the modified 4-wheel drive division. The Red Hot Ford running a big Ford Heavy at a design performance out of Oliver, Missouri. No cubic inch limit in the modified 4-wheel drive class. No turbos, no superchargers. Only fuel injection or carburation, one or the other. Has to be naturally aspirated. 5-inch bore center on the block. That's pretty much the only restriction on the engine size is that 5-inch bore spacing from one cylinder to the next. So you are limited on how big the bore can be. The bore is just half of the combination in the bore and stroke. Now stroke, you can go as big as you want. Some of these motors in this class, around that 800 cubic inch mark. Some of these drivers like to keep it a secret. They don't like to tell you how many cubic inches they have. Dean Christensen out of Cumberland, Iowa, Red Hot Ford. Had a really big gear in it, Mike. He didn't go full throttle till 150 feet. Happened right out here in front of us. Not the run he was looking for. Goes 334.89. I think we're going to see some 360, 370 passes out there. The one
that motor really never came up and got on top of the RPM the way that you wanted to. All right, fans, we've got your top 5 and your 7,400-pound modified. Coming in number 5, Don Nelson, final hook of the night with the twisted whip. Number 4, Wayne Longnectar, the River Rat. Number 3, Kent Bond and the Stud Mule. Number 2, Cody Behrens out of First Nebraska, the Terminator. And number 1, 3 of the past 4 hooks he has taken home victoriously. 4 if you count the split last night. Cameron Neves with the cotton candy.
Well, Cameron's loving life right now. He's just on a chair right now, that modified class. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We've been waiting on it for a while.
Yeah, that's a tractor that's been due and is certainly enjoying its day in the sun.
Gene Christensen, the red hot Ford, went 334.89. Going to keep the pass, did not turn it down, so we are official at 334.89. Last night's winner at the Pierce County Fair, Josh Mazur, unfinished business from St. Joe, Missouri. Coming up next, Chevrolet, and a Sonny Leonard Hemi. Some folks like to call it the Chevy Hemi because the architecture of the block and the crank and such are that of a big block Chevrolet, though it does have Hemi heads. Now, these engines are unique. They didn't come stock in anything. These Sonny Leonard motors. They're actually called the Sonny Leonard truck pull engine. They were designed specifically for the sport and the class of modified truck pulling.
Ron, how many of these four-wheel drive trucks do we have in this class? Awesome class. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, naturally aspirated. It's a track reader's class and a driver's class.
Yeah, 8 trucks in the class tonight. Josh Mazur coming up next out of St. Joe, Missouri. Murray Thornton, defending champ, and Thumper on deck. Mike, they're going to manicure your side of the track over here a little bit. They've developed a low area there at the starting line. Those modified tractors are really tearing up the starting line.
That beginning dirt has had to withstand some serious horsepower. So it's kind of like when a pitcher calls for a mound tap in baseball. We're going to bring it out here and reinstate the smooth track that we began with.
Yeah, they're going to clean it up, and we're going to start seeing a little more moisture start wicking over to the sides of the track. From our vantage point up here, it looks like the moisture is only about a 30-foot wide strip right in the middle, up to about 150 feet.
And if you'll notice, that's the exact line that pretty much every single one of those modifieds took. So right down Broadway has been the special line so far tonight. Special lines and special finishes. Here's another one of those trying to make it 2 wins in a row over there with the modified four-wheel drive trucks.
Yeah, had an awesome win last night in Pierce, Nebraska, at the Pierce County Fair. First time we ever had the modified four-wheel drives over there. I think the crowd at Pierce really enjoyed the class. Got to beat 334.89. How many Chevrolet fans do we have in the crowd? Chevrolet people. Got a good one right here on St. Joe, Missouri. Josh Mazur, unfinished business. Yeah, now he waited till about 140, 150 feet to go full throttle, but he had the better gear in it, and you see him try to take it up the hill there.
Yeah, that's one of those you didn't even have to watch. You could just hear what your trucks prefer to do. Right, Ron, let's go. 9,500 limited road stop. You'll hear this last part as the 4-1. You ever hear your buddies talk about, we're going to go watch the 4-1. That's what everyone calls this class. Turbocharger out in this position. The Superstock big on coaching right here. A single 4.1-inch turbocharger is what they're going to be using for this. 4.5-inch tires on the back of the back. And this is a loaded class of Outlaw 4.1-inch 9,500 pounds. Pull up the Outlaw app. I believe this is our points leader, David Novak out of Howell, Nebraska, calls it PB Farm.
Well, that's exactly why. That's exactly how the 100-foot rule works. Exactly. And he being the first puller, Mike, he still gets 2 more shots in this. Using that 100-foot rule, and every puller in every class has up to 100 foot to decide whether or not they want to go or not to try again. He's also the first puller. He can pull it in and not like it and come back immediately or
Precisely. And fans, that's one of those where it might have looked like something let go. I am 99% sure that clearly let go was his hands on the block. He was just hitting the throttle clearly before 100 foot. The sled goes well past 100 foot and it doesn't matter. As long as he is no longer making an attempt, he has the option to come back.
Now, Mike, this limited pro stop class here tonight, we're going to bring the top 5 back as we did last year. We have the Anderson Farms 4-1 shootout. The man on the track right now, the main farmer, he won the shootout last summer for Wayne County.
So for all those folks out there who missed pull-off, we're creating a single pull-off tonight. We're going to get the top 5 distances, finish our radio, and after they come back, and then it's no points for long.
They'll come back to the shootout, the top 5. Last year, the top 5 in the 4-1 class was all young guys, except for Dave Novak. And the mean farmer came out and hooked up on all. Well, he was the mean farmer. He won $3,000 in the Anderson Farms shootout against Anderson Moves into the lead, 351.61. 351.61.
He represented the Outlawed at the Farm Show in February, and with a pass like that, it's pretty easy to turn it into one of the biggest pulls in the world.
Yeah, the Thornton family, Mike, they kind of got a monopoly in this 4-1 class. 3 of the 8 trucks are all run by members of the Thornton family.
All right, Dave Novak with the mean farmer exercising that 100-foot option. He's still your test puller. If he doesn't like this one, he can come back. Looking to hook it here. Mean farmer. Take a video of that and use it to teach your young drivers. That's almost exactly how you want it to look in that class.
328.5 feet. For Dave Novak, the mean farmer in the house, Nebraska. You know, at the beginning of the season, Mike, just a couple of weeks in, Dave was fed up. He was tired of the tractor. He said, before the North Nebraska, he said, I want you to announce that tractor's for sale. It's for sale. And he started winning. And then I had to ask him a couple weeks ago, I said, is the tractor still for sale, Dave? And he said, you know what? The wife took me and had a special meeting and said, you know what? If you sell that tractor, you're in trouble, Buster. If you sell it, you're going to build another one. We're going to still go tractor pulling, so you cannot sell it. So the wife spoke and he listened.
The wife spoke and the tractor spoke right there. You know, I bet the dollar signs were going to be increasing as he was running as well. Perfect pass right there. Doesn't get much better than that. 328.50 high water mark for the
Ron Fisher, Trip, South Dakota, Chevrolet S10 with a Sonny Leonard truck pull motor.
did a little reverse wheelie right there, Ron, which really highlights there is little to no weight in the backside of this 4-wheel drive truck. If you see that big weight box out front, they're going to put everything out front. That chain is going to create the weight that they need. back.
Yeah, that chain hooks up to the hinge at a 25-degree angle. At that angle, the weight of the sled is what puts the traction on the rear tires. The challenge is you put as much weight and pressure out on the front tires to make those front tires do as much work as the back.
They say you can almost lift up the back of these trucks.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Just, well, I need to do that. So that makes me
Rock Fisher, good enough. .72. The Rock Fisher 336.72.
Hey, Wayne, Nebraska. Ladies' night. Let's go ahead and declare it ladies' night for this run right here, Mr. Ron Stone. Yeah, I can hear him hollering out there. Young lady, she's a young gun. She's a college student, female driver out there. This is Miss Moving On herself out of Pilger, Nebraska, Jamie Bianchi. Now, what a fun and interesting young lady we can talk about right here. Not only is she attending the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, she is a collegiate bowler. Ron, you work at Hoot Bowling? What's that?
Sorry, I'm going to work at
You good at bowling? Well, one of us has to
bowling years. I was okay, you know, back in the day.
Jamie Yonke is our resident collegiate bowler. She's pulled her tractor at the National Farm Machinery Show. She recently launched her own clothing line, own apparel line. Miss Moving On.
For ladies, yeah. Miss Moving On apparel.
I believe she's accomplished more at the age of 21 or 22 than I've done in 34 years.
She had a few wins last year to finish in the top 5 in points. Finished in the shootout. She finished in the top 5 year last year, was in the shootout, the Anderson Farm shootout. Which, in addition, that was $3,000 last year. They added $500 more to it this year, so big thanks to Anderson Farm.
Right here, not far away from Pilger, Nebraska, Jamie Yonke calls this 1066. Moving on. That's our biggest ovation of the night, Ron Stone. 3:47.55 takes over the number 1 spot. What a pass.
She remembered that shootout last year with Dave Novak whooped up on her. He said, take that. Did a pull-off on the pro side. Correct points leader, modified four-wheel drive class here. This is Ryan Thornton at Gravity, Iowa. The back drive Chevrolet. Now his dad's coming up, and there's a couple more trucks here. He's trying to beat his uncle and his dad out here. Perfect lead the point. Back drive. Big difference in that run and runs we've seen up to this point in the class. Both have been full throttle between 100 and 150. Thornton was full throttle at about 100 foot. Wow. Had to beat 351.61 to get past his uncle. Ryan Thornton 351.97. Wow.
Do the math for us, Ron.
3,600 of a foot. 3,600 of a foot. That is just a little over 850. Just over 850.
So they're sitting 1 and 2 in the moment. They're going to be pretty happy with that. That one was truly serious on that. You said you got on it much earlier. we mentioned, how you can tell if those RPMs that one is getting the job done.
Of course, they want to be full throttle as soon as they possibly can. If the track will accept it, will it accept all the wheel speed? Will it fight when it takes off? And then will it bounce? Specifically in the four-wheel drive class, that is the mortal enemy of four-wheel drive towing is the bounce. So when they first take off, that's usually when the bounce develops. They don't want them to bounce. They want them to hook up. They want to go full throttle as soon as they can, as soon as they're able to.
Right. Corey Sluter. Hey, Corey Sluter, if you're listening out there, we need you at the announcer stand. Corey Sluter, trophy presentation waiting for you. Come get your hardware. Cameron Neves, make your way to the announcer stand. Trophy presentations forthcoming. All right, Dave Novak was your test hook. We're going to kick it over to his son, Seth Novak, also out of Howells, Nebraska. Calls this mean green-looking machine the Bounty Hunter. Look out, I-8. Look out, I-8. Could be another close one. All right, John Deere fans, you had a red one out front. The Bounty Hunter had to go 347.5. He goes 348.2. That's a new leader. Beautiful run right there. We've seen three picture perfect. Check this out on the replay board, folks. Three picture perfect A to B passes. Just nice little 13 to 18 inches in the air. Stays off the brake. Carries the speed out the back door. I'm telling you, Ron, these limited pro stocks here with the Outlaws, I'd put them up against just about any other limited pros from C to C. They are tough.
Yeah, we're seeing some good pulling here tonight in limited pro stock. Modified four-wheel drives are right in the middle of things over there. Darren Kriz, the wild child out of Tyndall, South Dakota. Another Ford. Going to try to get past the Chevrolet of Ryan Thornton. Lane Thornton is on deck. Eco Tuning, your diesel tuning experts and trusted diesel tuning partner for over 19 years. Tuning all things ag since 2005 for turbo calculations, injector sizing, pump sizing, and software tuning on most makes and models, giving you more power with better fuel efficiency with your ag equipment. Go to ecotuning.com to find a dealer nearest you. All right, Ford fans. Do we have any Ford fans here today? Ford people, make some noise if you think the wild child can get past backdraft. It's Ford against Chevrolet here. 351.97, that's the magic number.
Why don't you just wait until the next class and we'll run over there really quick.
I've had like two
Kelsey know how to do it. So you're doing this one, right?
Darren Kriz, nice hook, a lot of RPM. I bet he was thinking, I bet I could have put just a touch higher gear in that.
That's what I was wondering.
To get some more speed at mid-track.
Go. What?
338.48.
Just don't say nothing. How do I? Okay, yep, just go. Go, hustle.
All right, folks, if you were here for the opening ceremonies, you saw them wheel this tractor out on the track in front of everybody, dedicating it to Rod Deck, longtime awesome puller. This is grandson Justin Deck. Now, Ron is sitting here telling me This young man, only 17 years old, and had quite a debut on this tractor last year.
1 year ago at Pierce, Nebraska, at the Pierce County Fair, which was the night before Wayne, just as it is this year. First time he ever drove the tractor, 16 years old. He won at Pierce, came here the next night, won here at Wayne. He had 2 wins in a row, his first 2 hooks on that tractor.
The only thing that would make it better is 2 wins in 2 years. Justin Deck from Winside, Nebraska, calls this limited Pro Stock Dream On. What do you say? What do you say, Wayne, Nebraska? Ron, we might have built that up perfectly. Oh, yeah. 358.18 takes the lead by 10 feet. Put your hands together for Justin Deck. That's another one of those. We say this a couple of times. We talk about that person was born to be a tractor puller. I believe he was born to be in the seat of a tractor.
Yeah, young man does a great job. We got 2 young guns in the top 3 over here in limited Pro Stock.
Last year at the shootout, it was 4 of the top 5.
Yep.
This is the young gun shootout, gunslinging fest right here in Wayne.
All right, Mike is headed down to the winner's circle. We'll talk to some winners down there. Go ahead, Mike, when you're ready.
Wayne, Nebraska, I'm here with Light Superstock Ag winner 2 times. And it seems like every time I see you, I'm saying this. This is your 2nd win in 2 days. Corey Schluter out of the Show Me State. Corey, how'd you get it done tonight?
A lot of wrenching. We've worked this tractor over, blew the transmission out of it last week. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of preparation. It's not something that I know I've said before happens overnight, but when you have a wreck like that, it takes a lot of time to check things over at each pass and stuff. So a lot of wrenching.
Who are the people that you need to thank to help you turn this around in about 6 days?
Especially my dad. He done a lot of traveling and running parts for me. Some guys back home, they traveled across the state to get some parts. Robert's Machine, the Potters from up in northern Missouri found us some parts, and we put things together. So there's a lot of guys, but it's been a week.
Here we go, Lane Thornton, the Ramrod. $349.55, 349.55 feet. It's going to put Lane Thornton in the number 3 spot. Talking about monopolies on this 4-wheel drive class a little bit ago. The Thornton clan, 1, 2, and 3 right now with 1 truck to go. Ryan in the lead, Murray in 2nd, Lane Thornton in the number 3 spot. Josh Major in 4th, Darren Kriz in 5th right now. Doug Ritter and Stroker Ace out of Herman, Missouri, going to be the last puller in the modified 4-wheel drive class.
All right, let's go limited Pro Stock pulling again. Joel Van Gelder out of Sibley, Iowa, calls this one the Full Bore Farmer. All right, got a red one out front. We've had a back and forth show here, folks. We've kind of bounced back and forth between red and green. Green fans, are you still with me? Where's my John Deere fans at? All right, here goes the Full Bore Farmer. hard on the right brake. He had the speed, but he saw that white chalk line coming up in a hurry.
Yeah, got on the left brake initially, Mike. He was headed for the right boundary over here. That might have been what crossed him up initially and hurt him up there on the big end.
I bet he wishes he had that one back after he hears the distance. 351.29 puts him in second place. If he keeps that straight, we might be looking at a new leader.
So we still can't even call anybody that is definitely in the top 5 when you got 5 more to go over here, Mike. So we'll start figuring out who's in that top 5
after the next one, we'll have a bubble.
That's right.
After the next one, we'll have a bubble. Now,
That's
Ron, you said there's no cubic inch limit in this class.
No cubic inch limit. 0.
So this truck right here, I have heard tall tales. It's way up there in the cube size.
Well, I did the math the other night because he has 12.8 liter on the side of the fender.
Uh-huh.
So I did the figuring the other night, and that puts it roughly just under 800 cubic inches. And I asked him, I said, so is it really 12.8 liter? You know what he said? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He will not tell me. I cannot nail him down.
I've watched you interview him. He has been elusive with his numbers.
Very elusive. Very good way of putting that. Good guys, brothers that do this pulling with this truck. Dustin and Doug Ritter. Doug's driving the truck tonight. And they are Ford guys, Mike. Ford blue all the way. If he cut himself working on the truck, I bet he bleeds Ford blue.
Bleeding the blue oval.
Ford fans, here's your last shot. Chevrolet in the lead. Big Ford Hemi under the hood. Comes out of Hermit, Missouri. Doug Ritter, stroker ace.
Kind of cranking that wheel.
I saw
looking
that.
for a
I
little
think it hurt
extra.
him up there, Mike. That hard cut of the wheel to the left. 345.91. The Thornton clan going to rule the class 1, 2, 3. Mike, we'll get the final rundown here and results on the Case IH leaderboard in just a moment. Watch the big screen. I'll have a little trouble with the right there. That hard cut to the left, I swear that hurt his momentum up there when that happened.
Hey, Wayne, Nebraska, let's do a quick brand recap. So we've seen John Deere's tonight. We've seen Case tonight. We've seen Case IH. We've seen True International. I even watched one Ford New Holland go down the track. But I believe in any classes, this is the first time we're going to go orange. Any Agco, Alice, Chalmers fans out there, where's the few, the proud, the orange at tonight? Coming from Osceola, Nebraska, Garrett Davidson, mounted atop the Agco he calls High Velocity Legacy Edition. Well, Orange fans, nothing to complain about with that one. He made you proud. He's going to park it up on the money side of the big end. 340.12, the official distance for the High Velocity Legacy Edition. So, Ron, if my math is right, that should guarantee our current leader in the limited pro stock class a bid into the shootout tonight. We've got 4 to go.
So Joel Van Gelder, the full bore farmer, is in automatically now.
So okay. The 351.29 is in, and that could create
Who's on the
bubble
bubble?
mark.
Who's on the bubble?
Actually, no, Justin Deck. Justin Deck is in. Justin Deck at 358.18 is in. Joel Van Gelderen, number 2. Seth Novak, number 3. Jamie Yonke, number 4. And Garrett Davidson right here in front of us, number 5, gonna be your bubble mark.
Yeah, Garrett Davidson on the bubble at 340.12. We're going to need Ryan Thornton. There's your big screen there, the results, the Case IH leaderboard in modified four-wheel drive. Ryan Thornton goes number 1. Number 2, Murray Thornton. Number 3, Lane Thornton. Number 4, Josh Mazier, unfinished business. Rounding out the top 5, Doug Ritter and Stroker Ace. Congratulations, Ryan Thornton. We'll need you to come over to the winner's circle under the announcer stand. VP Racing Fuels, the spec fuel to Outlaws. Every Outlaw pulling vehicle competing throughout the season is using VP Racing Fuels for max power and reliability. From the Torque DX diesel fuel to the Q16 max octane racing gasoline, VP Racing Fuels are dyno tested and puller proven to deliver unmatched power and performance to dominate the pulling track. VP also has additives to maximize the performance of your daily driver, as well as your small engines and outdoor power equipment. To find out more, go to vpracingfuels.com.
All right, here's my question for you, folks. Joe Moriando, is he chasing the lead or is he chasing the bubble? Well, here's what he's got to do both. Joe Moriando, your next hook, 358.18 is going to put him number 1 in the class, but 340.12 is going to put him in the top 5 spot. So that's kind of his rough area. Anything in between there? Out of Creighton, Missouri, calls this one no green, no glory. Oh, he said the heck with the bubble. I'll answer your question. I want the lead. All right, Wayne, we got the distance for you, and it's a good one. Listen to the sound of this. 370.61 takes over the lead by 12 feet. The launch he had on that was as aggressive of a launch. He built that boost for a long, long time and then just threw the throttle forward and never got out of it for the next 370 feet. Good pass for Joe Moriando.
All right, we're going to go light Superstock pulling over here. The Alki Light Supers. 6,200-pound alcohol light supers. All these tractors, with the exception of one in the class, is burning alcohol. All were designed to burn diesel, all inline 6 cylinders. Probably came from the factory making anywhere from 125 to 150 horse. After putting on a custom billet head and ignition system, they make upwards of 5,000 horsepower. Ty Groney, Mr. Alice out of Wayne, Nebraska.
He wants it to go. He wants it to go. Might be some clutch issues going on
Yeah,
there.
Mr. Alice, could be some clutch issues with the Mr. Alice tractor. Now, he's the first puller in the class, so we can back him up. They can take a look at things, see if they can figure it out, and come back in the 6th position.
All right, fans, the group that's had the chokehold, the stronghold on this class is that Outlaw Young Guns. back into the sled out of Higginsville, Missouri, another young gun. This is Ethan Ritter, mounted atop the one he calls Wild Engine. Our new bubble mark going to be at 347.55. Our new leader mark, 370.61. Our last vehicle made it good and clear which of those two they were most interested in chasing. All the way from Higginsville, Missouri, young gun Ethan Ritter, piloting the big green machine he calls a Wild Engine.
Mike, that looked like a fun ride, but you know what? Got to have more front end weight. Got to keep that balance right. He missed the weight a little bit. Hurt him up there where he needed it.
Yeah, Ron, you are precisely correct. Goes exactly 331 feet. Going to miss the lead, going to miss the top five.
Schaefer Oil and Specialized Lubricants has been helping customers' equipment run stronger and last longer since 1839. Schaefer Oil products provide unconditional performance and quality. Schaefer Oil, not the best because we're the oldest, but the oldest because we are the best. SchaeferOil.com. Stop over and see Schaefer Dave at the Schaefer Oil tent. He'd love to chat with you about why you should switch to Schaefer Oil.
Ron, you can certainly tell that we're getting late in the tractor pull and we're mixing that diesel fuel and that methanol way up high like we are. This is clearing my sinuses out, buddy.
Yeah, we're burning diesel on one side, methanol on the other. Both provided by VP Racing Fuels. We got Scott Holtgrew. Only seen one hook from Scott so far this season. That was last night. Holtgrew won the points championship in this light superstock class in 2020. Comes out of Atkinson, Nebraska, the Voodoo Deer.
Man, Ron, that's one of those tractors I can't wait to see give us that monster pass, and just doggone it when you see something like that.
Yeah, I couldn't get up on top of it. I think it actually shut down and it coasted past the 100-foot mark. So I think they'll give him another shot as long as he's good to go here.
Yeah, folks, I'll tell you about that Voodoo Deer. When it's right, it is an absolute bullet.
Diesel Performance Engineering, your number one choice for diesel competition and street performance. Servicing all diesel vehicles, including Ford, Dodge, and Chevrolet. Diesel fuel injection, turbocharger sales service, and performance accessories for all applications. Go online at dpefuel.com or call 1-877-4FUEL. Diesel Performance Engineering, sponsor of the light superstock class. All right, so Scott Holtgrew not going to be able to come back, hurt something on the Voodoo Deer. Pulls out to 163.8. John Hoffman out of Dunlap, Iowa, the last one standing. Will be the next puller in light superstock. You got one wicked John Deere over here, Mike.
Yeah, I tell you what, the only thing this gentleman has done over the past 2 years is win. This is your defending points champion. Went out to the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. Went out to the Pullers Championship and won that. This George Byer out of Sibley, Iowa, calls this one the side piece.
Jamie Yankee on the bubble here at 347.55.
Well, the question's going to be, is he coming back to the shootout?
.353.15 for George Byron. That's going to put him in the number 3 spot, Mike. He's going to bump Jamie Yonke out of the top 5 for that shootout.
Jamie Yonke is left with memories about being on the bubble. She sat on the bubble at the National Farm Machinery Show for the better part of the entire class.
I recall that.
And then was kicked off the bubble. Here, she's on the bubble. She was second hook, makes it all the way with exception of 1 to go. So kind of the bridesmaid, never the bride right there. George Byer, one tough cookie to beat. Speaking of tough cookies and strong runners, how about this 88 series over here on your side?
Yeah, John Hoffman out of Dunlap, Iowa. The last one standing. Beautiful international tractor out of Dunlap, Iowa. Wayne, Nebraska, give him a round of applause. One nice pass by John Hoffman. That tractor is your defending points champ in the light Superstock class. .355.18. 355.18.
Yep. All right, folks, earlier on and I were talking about these young individuals who are just born to be in the seat of a pulling machine. You're looking at one of them right here. This is Lane Paulson, mounted atop the beast he calls life in the fast lane. Co-Rookie of the Year 2023. Believe he checks in right at 17 years old, had a whale of a season last year. Multiple-time winner at Thunder in the Valley in Rock Valley, Iowa, the mega show that they have up there. He's going to be chasing a couple of distances here. Seth Novak is your current bubble spot for that Anderson Farms shootout at 348.20.